Sometimes the second parts are good. It all depends on the nature of the problems that closed a chasm between two people who claimed to love each other and ended in the coldest indifference, that of silence and oblivion. If you are in a similar problem, before thinking about going back to your ex, you should first think coldly what were the causes of the separation and if they have a solution on both sides. The most important thing is the will to get back together, because if they disappear in either of them, there will be no going back and a passing anger can be consolidated at the end of a relationship. If after a couple of months you still think that ending was a mistake and consider that there's still promises a lot, know your ex's opinion and try to find a way to establish contact again, but never with the certainty that everything will work, because otherwise you will spiral into frustration and emotional dependency. At the same time, you should avoid making some common mistakes that will only move you further away from achieving your goal. 1. Talk badly about him or her. Regardless of the future intentions of each one, if it was a final goodbye or just a break, avoid at all costs talking badly about him. Learn the difference between letting off steam with your closest friends and telling them what you think, and taking advantage of each occasion and person in common to make it look like the worst. Both shared special moments and agreed to be together while it lasted. 2. Fall into an obsession with going back to your ex. The fine line between passionate love and obsession becomes even more invisible when a relationship ends abruptly. Take enough time to ask advice from people you trust to find out if a reconciliation is feasible or it's time to finally close the loop and move on. 3. Idealize the relationship and believe that everything is going well. Post-breakup anxiety can cause you to distort reality and forget everything bad that led you to make the decision to separate. It is best to let the grief go by and avoid making hasty decisions, especially in the weeks after the end of the relationship, where sadness, despair or clinging can guide you on a different path than what you really want. 4. Assume it was your fault and come back on worse terms. If you are completely convinced that you did everything wrong and you intend to return as it is with the promise to change overnight or under undesirable terms, the result will be much worse than letting the relationship die for once. Do not be a victim or a victimizer, because it will only bring you to relive a relationship based on unequal treatment that will be more difficult to overcome later. 5. Lying about your present. If you're still talking to your ex with a view to getting a second chance, one of the worst things you can do is pretend that you're feeling great, full of vitality, plans, and new friends. Many people die from showing how great their life is after a breakup, but it's actually a jumping appearance as a defense mechanism. Speak the truth and don't pretend something you don't feel. 6. Have casual sex with him or her. If sex failed to keep them together, much less will it work to bring them back together. Avoid intense physical contact, because if you let yourself be carried away by desire and fall into casual sex once, the relationship will take a course that you do not want and it will be almost impossible to get out of that path. 7. Harass your ex. An infallible way to permanently remove a special person from your life is to insist over and over again about the possibility of seeing, talking, returning or having physical contact. Do not let anguish dominate your actions and avoid falling into outbursts that are unhealthy for both of you. 8. Start dating someone else. If your ex is still going through your mind and you're sure you'll make one last effort before definitely closing the loop, one of the worst mistakes you can make is dating someone else. Not only will it create even more uncertainty while you're not clear on it, it also means engaging someone else and speculating with their feelings. If you liked this video, share it on your WhatsApp, as well as on your social networks, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now please write us a comment. I send you a big hug. Do not forget to also ask for advice in the link of the description of this video, where it says click here. Thank you.